Hello there, everybody. Before the video even gets started, I wanted to go ahead and do a little bit of a clarification. So, last episode, I made a bit of an oopsie. Apparently, I did not know that this was a thing. I made a joke about the, there was a funny little moment where the sprites were a bit misaligned to where, it looked like, Rhoda was bending over, showing off her butt to Edgeworth, and I said the word fanny. Apparently, that does not mean what I think it means. Here where I grew up, we assumed it was another way of saying bottom, but apparently in everywhere else, it's a slang term for a word that I'm not comfortable saying, the C word, to literally anybody that watched that and, heard that. I am sorry that I said that. I was unaware that in other parts of the world that it had an entirely different meaning. Or, so I immediately apologize for that. That was my own ignorance at the fault, and I will do my best to never make that mistake again. Anyway. I just wanted to, because that was brought up to me. And the last thing I want to do is hurt somebody's feelings or offend them in any way possible. So, I am very sorry. It was entirely my own ignorance in that section. My apologies. Okay, so now we're at the airport, huh? Oh, right. One thing that was, explained to me. Actually, a couple of things that I guess I should probably go over was the pun of Rhoda Teneru. So, how do I put this? I have to kind of go back to the comment to kind of properly describe the actual explanation of what the pun was. Actually, a couple people kind of brought this up now that I think about it. So, for Time for Something New, you're getting another shout out, by the way. So, the pun for Rhoda is an obscure one. And her name, if you write her surname first, like her Japanese, could be a play on the narrow road. It's a pun about her personality and how she could be seen as narrow-minded. Okay. Thank you very much. Also, thank you very much for Super Nerd as well for helping explain Tenero Road, her pun name. God damn it! I can't English. I'm panicking that badly. Anyway, glad to see that apparently people got the humor of the fact that Byakuya Togami got killed. Just another lookalike that got killed. Delightful. Also glad to see that people got the chamomile joke. Which, by the way, I did have some chamomile, and it's really good tea. Anyway, March 12th, 1 p.m. local time. 1 p.m. local time, Hopes Springs Airport. I know that once we had landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. And thanks to Miss Tenero and Miss Meal, I was able to preserve the crime scene. But I just can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Miss Tenero in private. So I'm left wondering just what was she up to? Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation. I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth. Who is it? Franziska! Dear God, Franziska has shown up! I was not prepared for you to show up, and honestly, I am happy to see you. Franziska, I thought you were still in Germany. I go where I am needed. And wherever there are criminals to be caught. Her name is Franziska von Kama, the daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Kama. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. Are you heading up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you are. Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest. What? Well, it's quite frustrating, actually. I had hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue. But I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I'd see the day.
when a disciple of the House of Von Kramer would become a criminal? Have you no shame?
Foolish fools. Wait! It has all been a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim.
A misunderstanding? I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. You waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death.
Do you honestly think me the kind of man to do that?
I don't know. Do you think me the kind of woman to whip people that I don't agree with?
You know what? I kind of had that coming, didn't I? Franziska, do you Why do I make commentary whenever Edgeworth immediately just voiced my thoughts? Franziska, do you honestly believe that I killed a man? Your pause is very telling.
I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I have investigated this for myself. I can put you under arrest. I can put your arrest on hold until then.
That's as it should be.
Ha! I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you of all people. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of what I creed alone.
I'm like, that's a bit of a flub on that one.
To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for.
Well, I have my own creed which I must fulfill. So why don't we solve this together?
I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town.
Trust me, I had no intention to.
Detective Gumshoe?
Yes, sir! Gumshoe, my boy!
Too slow.
Ow!
Listen up. I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up. Understand?
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm supposed to guard him?
A simple yes or no, detective.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir. You just leave it to me. Why am I saluting whenever he does that? God. Part of me is glad that I don't have a camera so people can see the weird shit that I do whenever I'm recording, because then I'd probably be made fun of. Ugh.
Miles Edgeworth. If you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you'll excuse me. Bye, Franziska.
Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you're okay. Thank you, Detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this. I have to admit, I'm a bit curious as to what Franziska is up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well. In that case, I have a few questions for you. Oh, now this is a familiar little tune playing. It feels good being able to hear this theme. What a view of the planes preparing for takeoff. Besides the turbulence, they're really not all that bad as a mode of transportation. I trust you, Edgeworth. Wait. Hi? This child seems to be happily enjoying the sight of so many planes.
Wow! I'd love to take a run down that runway!
Oh, the youth of today. So much potential, yet so misguided. Indeed. Hold on, I'll talk to this guy over here. Actually, yeah. Looking from behind. I think I've seen this man somewhere before. Wait a minute. Is that the creepy otaku guy?
In Soviet Russia, world flag lunchboxes eat you! Found it! Lol! Ooh, I feel a wave of creative powers coming on. It's over 9,000!
I want to punch you. Oh my god, I want to punch you!
For my next elite movie, it's gonna be The Steel Samurai Warrior of Neo Tokyo. versus the world samurai champion of Earth. It's gonna rock so many boxes.
Huh. So the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie.
That's your takeaway from this? Really? Bro!
This man was in first class with me. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair.
I did it. I made it the whole flight. I'm not scared of turbulence anymore.
He must have been pretty scared. He's repeating the same thing over and over to himself. Hi, why do you have a jetpack, ma'am? Lunchland. Not bad. I guess it's gone big enough to warrant its own branch shops.
What should I go with?
I recommend our airport special, World Flags lunchboxes, only available for a limited time. We have a variety of lunchboxes made up to look like different countries' flags.
I wonder if they're aiming to take Lunchland to the international market. Probably. You never know.
Gumshoe, wait.
I can't believe there's no one manning the counter when a murder had just occurred. I should try to get some information out of Detective Gumshoe first. I did not mean to do that.
Somebody.
Alright, how's it going? So, how's the initial investigation going?
We just shipped the body up to the coroner's office.
Ah, good. It's time for the autopsy report.
And we're taking statements now, sir.
That sounds like Franziska. She was always good at quick responses to a case. I mean, yeah, I mean, to be fair, we gotta give credit to, like, her work ethic, at least. As long as she's not, you know,
I'd say she was a little too quick, sir.
Oh? How so?
I rushed on over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow, when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already here barking out orders at everyone. It was kind of creepy, as though she knew there had been a murder or something, and had come in advance to await your flight's arrival.
That is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly, and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. We're in America now. There must be some backstory to all of this. Right. Let's hear it.
Miss Von Karma just kind of popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident.
No details?
Well, it's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it. Even with me, sir.
Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her whip. Got that right. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, Detective. Although, I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine.
Anyway, that's about all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate.
Yes, it is high time to resume my investigation. Starting with talking to the people involved in this case afresh.
We got my gumshoe buddy. Okay, so we can't go that way. You gonna say anything about this guy over here?
I think I've seen this man somewhere before.
In Soviet, I'm going to say nothing but memes.
Mr. Edgeworth, we've got to get him some water.
Found it, lol. Oh, I feel a wave of great powers coming on.
But I don't really care what this man is saying. Dear God, this freaking weirdo.
Ooh, good thing it was a false alarm, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
So the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie. I literally just said that.
Completely ignoring me, as usual.
So that, I probably should have just talked to Gumshoe first, and then we would have gotten all this extra flavor dialogue. You want some snacks, Gumshoe?
Punchline. Not bad. This is going big enough to warrant its own bread shops.
Oh, I've always wanted to give their steak lunch a try.
What should I go with?
Commander Airport, wait a minute. Did we already have this conversation? I think we already did, yeah. I've already mentioned that our lunchboxes are made up to look like the different countries' flags. How did you forget this already?
Well, if you really want one that badly, Detective, why don't you go ahead and buy one?
Is that okay, sir? Thanks. All right, then I'm really gonna get one. Here I go. Excuse me, miss. I'll take a Star-Spangled Banner lunchbox, please.
I hope he's aware that's the most expensive one on the menu. Is that because America makes everything ultra expensive while everywhere else is cheap? I mean, you're right. Hey, I just had a realization. Look at Edgeworth. Look at the guy standing right next to him. You know what this reminds me of? The red and green units of Fire Emblem. There's always got to be one red and there's always got to be one green. Anyway, let's move. All right, so we're back in here now. March 12th, 1:37 p.m. Flight I-390, second floor, first class.
So you must be the captain.
Why, yes I am. And who might you be? You look like a dude, bro.
I am the prodigy prosecutor Franziska von Karma, and I have a few questions for you. Don't you dare, Captain. Getting friendly with another woman. I'll never forgive you if you do.
What are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy. I wouldn't bet money on our dear captain to be much of a reputable person. Reputable.
Sir, I don't think that's the right word.
Shut up, Gumshoe.
Sure you don't want to ask the captain some questions, sir?
He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway, I like to leave that type of witness to Franziska and her whip.
I didn't say you could walk right by me. What the fuck? Get back here!
Oh my god, man, she really nailed him with that whip. There's a whole gash across his face. Are we just gonna let him stay? Are you sure this is a good idea to just leave him back there, sir? Seriously?
Honestly? Yeah, probably yes. It entertains me.
What?
Now see here!
Ah! Sorry! I'm sorry!
How long do you intend to hold me? It is impossible for me to be the criminal. I told you!
Mr. LeBlanc?
Oh, it is you. Tell this man to stop stopping me from going.
Tell this man to stop stopping me.
Stop stopping me from going! I have to go, not going, just stopping, but stopping.
I'm sorry, what?
Time is money. I don't even have 1 second of wasteful time to spend.
Are you sure about that? My dude? You sure? You sure? Okay.
What the hell is that music playing right now?
Honestly, you kind of get used to it after a certain amount of time. Is this what Phoenix deals with all the time? Did you finish taking his statement yet?
Yep, all done, sir.
I do not concern if you're not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back.
Hi, how you doing?
If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay.
Art? What sort of art?
Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small.
From folk costumes, to stone statues, I see all kinds of arts.
No costumes? Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat. Isn't it like the same? No. Wait a minute. Hold on. I know it's been a few days since I last recorded this, but isn't there something here that... Oh my god! This has the same color stripes as this hat! Ooh, that's important. It kind of looks like that other piece of cloth. Yeah. Hey! What do you make of this? Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me?
Oh, it's a Borginian cloth.
As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose.
Yes, of course, this fabric is so famous. Orders come from over the seas for more.
So it's Borginian cloth. And this is the cargo you were talking about earlier.
Oh, no. My cargo this time is much, many gigantic. You, detective, when can I have my cargo removed?
Oh, right. Speaking of Borginian stuff, so I was just told apparently that, I believe it's the second investigations game. An anti-piracy measure that exists in the game is they change all of the dialogue and text to that Borginian language that LeBlanc was speaking in the previous parts. The one that's made out of symbols and stuff like that. That is a clever anti-piracy measure. But yeah, just going to you know, just saying. Anyway.
You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal.
The stubbornness of you police, it's no good. And it is no good that attendant refuses to exit the attendance room too.
That attendant? I wonder if he's talking about Miss Tetsuro. Miss Tetsuro? What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc?
She was taken into the attendance room for her interview. Then they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier, quicker than her.
Why is Miss Tetsuro's interview the only one that's taken up so much time? That's concerning.
Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine this plane, weren't you?
Yes, I was able to contain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Tetsuro. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room.
Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances.
I understand.
You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth.
Very well. Franziska's logic.
Oh, I get the joy of battling you again. Yay! I'm already not looking forward to this. Okay. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here. In the very lounge the body was discovered.
No, it wasn't. It was clearly in the elevator.
From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found, the only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect.
It really sounds like you're trying to nail me down with this crime. I feel like there's a bit of hostility there. The likeliest suspect, Franziska?
Do you have a problem with that?
No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute.
I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend?
Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break her line of logic fast. Well, thankfully, I already know what to counter. But, you know... Hold it! Don't you think you're being a bit rash by simply declaring me the culprit?
I like my affairs to be simple and perfect. I'll show you the meaning of both when I finish this whole thing within 3 minutes.
Hey, you say that like you're cooking a pack of instant noodles. 3, ow!
I won't allow even 3 seconds of useless testimony to be uttered in my presence.
I see she hasn't changed a bit. But I won't allow her to send me to prison so easily.
Of course not.
Hold it!
So tell me, Franziska, do you know all there is to know about the crime scene?
I know all that I need to know in order to arrest you.
And nothing more?
Are you saying there is more I need to know?
Wow! Why did you whip me, sir?
Sorry, Scruffy. My hand must have slipped.
I appreciate that she has like a cute little nickname for him. It would appear that Franziska doesn't have all the facts of the case yet.
Of course not. She's, you know, figuring it out on her own.
Hold it!
What do you mean by scene?
Please stop pretending like you don't know. It's insulting. Obviously, I'm talking about how Mr. Hicks was seen calling for an attendant at 5 a.m. And then, from the time after that call until the body was found.
Right, about the lounge.
Hold it!
While it's true that I was in the lounge the whole time, that fact alone does not make me the criminal.
Objection!
I missed hearing your voice, Franziska. We'll see about that at the conclusion of this investigation. However, there is one thing that even you must admit at this time.
Hold it!
No. Under the circumstances, I suppose I can agree that I am the most likely suspect.
But I believe in you, sir. I don't think you did it. Miss Von Karma's gotta believe that too, right? I mean, you two are like siblings. Oh!
Quiet, Scruffy! Even if we were related by blood, that's no guarantee that he's not a criminal.
Franziska,
I demand to see some proof that you are not the guilty party.
the likeliest suspect, huh? What a roundabout euphemism. But it would appear that she doesn't yet know about the new evidence that we acquired and where we acquired it. I'll take care of the gaps in her logic one hole at a time. Alright, so this one is the one we want. The scene of the crime was here, in the very lounge the body was discovered. Not true. There is the grape juice footprints that states otherwise. Yeah, I think that's...
Objection!
What? Oh, God, I'm an idiot. That's right. I literally... Guys. I forgot. The suitcase. The suitcase was used to transport the body. I am so... My brain is like, elevator.
Oh? Well, then why don't you show me how it does just that? Go on.
No, I bet this part right. This conflicts with something, right, sir?
You have no idea what you're talking about, do you?
Detective Gumshoe, don't speak up when you don't know what you're talking about.
Ouch. I was just trying to follow your lead, sir.
That you would allow a subordinate to take over! You're a disgrace!
I guess that wasn't it. Alright. I am stupid. I'm sorry. This thing right here pretty much says it.
Objection!
It was my stupidity there. It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all.
And what does that mean?
I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location! Let me just get a... Still, I mean, just gonna jam a little bit. Gonna jam a little bit. Let's go. Let's jam a little bit. The killer used this suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all.
Objection!
Now who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions?
Excuse me. All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth. I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily. You should know better than that. Avon Karma is perfect in every way. Ah, but did you know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point?
Objection!
As if there is proof of that.
This is literally a sibling squabble, and I'm all for it. Where's the proof that the suitcase was moved around? Now it should be the grape juice footprints. Okay,
Take that!
there we go.
The spilled grape juice in front of the elevator? Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here.
Where's the evidence that proves the killer dragged the suitcase through here? Oh my god, I never noticed that. There's like 2 lines here. Oh my god. How did I not notice?
Take that!
This mark here. Wouldn't you say that it looks suspiciously like tracks from 2 wheels? I suppose. Further, there is also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here.
Oh, by the way, it's not censorship. Apparently the creator really just likes grape juice. Yay!
I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else. I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Objection!
She's not done yet. Not so fast. This still doesn't put you in the clear. Not by a long shot. Round 2. Round 2. You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit that turbulence. And then, you waited for the victim in the lounge, where you beat him to death. Then, while you were in the elevator, with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from, and pretended to be the discoverer of the body. Wow. Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly.
I mean, that's not bad, but there's a bit of a problem. That piggy bank, it literally could only be taken out after the turbulence.
Yeah. Just saying. Just what are you insinuating? But I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in her logic one fell swoop.
But first things first. You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit that turbulence. Not possible! Because that glass on the floor tells us the opposite.
Hold it!
And how do you suppose I was able to take the piggy bank out of its display case? As I recall, the case was locked.
That's easy. If the case was locked, you simply had to hit the glass like this.
Oh god, don't hit me. Oh god damn it, I knew it was gonna hit me. Why? You shattered my heart of glass.
So she wants to talk about the in-flight shop in the Mr. I-Fly Bank, does she? That takes care of how you obtained the murder weapon.
Okay, that was way too easy.
Hold it!
I thought there wasn't any of the victim's blood found in the lounge.
I thought you'd say that. What, did you think I wouldn't have noticed? I think you just found a way to cleverly hide the blood splatter in the lounge. By accidentally spilling grape juice on top of it.
Are you accusing me of tampering with the crime scene now?
We'll see, won't we?
The forensic scientists are hard at work on that as we speak.
And what do you propose I did after that?
Then while you're in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the...
Shut up! Did you just interrupt me?
So I put the victim's body into the suitcase.
And then? Where was I headed, Franziska?
That's pretty obvious. You were bringing it to first class where you could safely keep an eye on it.
We're talking about this thing now. I'd hardly call it discreet or ordinary.
Annoying brat. Well then, you were intending to leave it inside the elevator. But unfortunately for you, a wrench was thrown into your plans because...
Hold it!
Really? You've experienced turbulence on a flight before.
Well, of course. Many times. You get used to it after a while.
The patch we hit was especially rough, and I'd passed out briefly, but only for a second.
Well, good thing it was only for a sec, sir. It'd have been bad if you had really blanked out.
Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, blanking out is exactly what got me into this mess in the first place.
That's enough of your idle chatter. I'm not through with you yet, Miles Edgeworth.
Hold it!
I'm having fun with this, by the way.
If I really were a criminal, do you really think I would be so easily caught?
Objection!
You are certainly in the middle of being caught right now.
I have to find a contradiction fast or I won't have much of my own hide left to save.
It would be kind of funny, like, I mean, I would not be upset if they did this, but I think it would have been kind of funny if every time Franziska is on screen and she whips you, there's like a pixel of your health that's just kind of taken away. Like, it's barely noticeable, but you see the health bar pop up and it looks like you actually took a little bit of damage. They don't have to do that, but I think that would be freaking hilarious, at least in my opinion.
I have to say, you're looking rather caught right now. And I'll tell you exactly what you did after that. You loitered around the lounge.
Hold it!
I didn't pretend to be anything. I really was the first to discover the victim's body.
I suppose that's true.
So then, you are yielding to my statements?
Don't be foolish! I still insist that you are the killer, but...
Oh, come on, no foolish fools foolishly fooling around.
In that sense, you really were the first to discover the body to be dead.
No matter what I say, she seems dead set on making me out to be the killer. Her logic is reasonably sound, and the large majority of it reflects the truth. But there is one point about it that is not quite right.
The turbulence and the frickin' statue. Taken out of its display case in flight shop after the turbulence.
Objection!
The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared.
Evidence and logic. Essential tools that those who would stand in a courtroom must learn to master. That's right, I have a logic button as well, Edgeworth.
But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix?
A fake?
This Mr. iFly piggy bank, it is just such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon.
What?
The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important. And it was taken after the turbulence had occurred.
But then, what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that?
I assume it was added after the murder, when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence.
Oh, we got ourselves a little silhouette.
After exiting the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase to the shop.
and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick up the bank from off the floor and took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage, in my pocket to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Acme Hicks. You there!
Yes, ma'am.
Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found?
We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence. And, the remaining items all tested negative for any trace of blood.
I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end.
But it's possible that it's just hidden somewhere, sir.
If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Because the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage, or is still at the real crime scene.
Objection!
There is one more possibility, and that would be that the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon.
But didn't we just...
Let me finish! The killer took the bank out from the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door.
So that would immediately put the flight attendants on the suspect list. If you think about it in that way. Because they're the only ones with the keys to unlock it. And I think Cammy specifically stated that only Miss Tenero could do that. I think.
And it was at that time that the glass pane in the door was broken. I'd say that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see. So that means that the killer had the key to the display case.
Franziska, the person you're talking about...
Not so fast. I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying. Speaking of which, I recall that you also wish to speak with her.
Yes.
Very well, mission granted, but only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do we understand each other?
I have no intention of interrogating her. But you are welcome to accompany me if you so wish.
Miss Tenero is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move.
I'm gonna talk.
You! Hurry and solve your murder! If you do not, how am I supposed to have my cargo returned to me?
If you could please be patient a little longer, Mr. LeBlanc.
Hurry and solve it, like a strike of thunder!
It's as fast as lightning, and believe me, if I could, I would. Yeah, Tenero's really being put into the hot seat right now.
Miss Tenero is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move.
That blue door over there leads to the flight attendant's room, sir.
All right, let's go see what Miss Tenero has to say for herself. If she's been in there for like a long time, I'm a little bit concerned.
Oh man, there's a really pretty lady in that plane over there.
Ah, she's looking over here!
Quick, sir, leave her with me, please, please.
I refuse to be a wingman on this. That's actually kind of funny.
Come on, man, I need a wingman.
I am not being a wingman.
Come on, man, be my wingman, please, pal, be my wingman about this. Come on, I'm lonely.
Okay, I gotta take some credit here. This theme that's playing right now, like, it's really good. got that air of suspicion. There are a few copies of Sky magazine in the magazine rack.
This month's special. Oh, looks like it's an English trivia quiz. Oh, and I got one. What starts with I? It means boldly rude and disrespectful.
Starts with an I, boldly rude and disrespectful. Ignoramus? Insolent! Ah! Oops. I'm stupid. The answer is most definitely insolent. Oh my god, I'm gonna need a drink of water for that one. Okay. Gumshoe. My dude.
Time's up. Sorry, sir, but the correct answer is insolvent.
Detective Gumshoe, don't tell me your English ability is at the same level as him. You mean Phoenix?
They got a piano on this plane? Hey, think I could try it out, sir?
I think you would know better than to randomly touch things at a crime scene, detective. Besides, I didn't know you knew how to play.
Well, of course I do. I'm practically proficient.
Interesting. Things you learn about people on a daily basis.
I can get do and re to come out just right, sir.
2 notes does not make a proficient pianist make, detective. I forgot how to... 2 does not make a proficient...
Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you have to see this chair. It says, in honor of Rocker Pals Day.
And what exactly is the big deal with these rocker pals?
They're a seriously sweet Swiss superstar rock band, sir. Makes me want to listen to one of their songs right now.
Sorry, I got lost in that forest of S's just now.
Want me to explain it to you again?
You know, detective, I think I'll have to take a rain check on that, regrettably. Right.
Hey, this statue.
What about it, detective? Did you notice something?
I saw this guy in a dream last night. The resemblance is uncanny, sir.
You saw him in your dreams?
Well, yeah. I saw him and then I arrested him. I want to show you just how vital I am in our partnership.
Being useful in your sleep is of no help to me in the real world, detective. He's trying, okay? Oh, I can't go any further now. Looks like we can't go beyond here, sir.
I'm sorry. Looks like we can't go beyond here, sir.
That was actually an excellent impersonation of me.
Thank you. I tried.
Plus, the body has been sent off to the medical examiner's office for an autopsy. All right. I've been told by Miss Von Karma that you can now enter the flight attendant's room. Please feel free to look around. Thank you. Not to unravel Miss Tenero's true intentions. But first... anything of interest, detective?
Well, I can say that I don't quite know everything about the situation yet. So I was just telling myself that I should go ask someone about the stuff I don't know. I mean, just because I don't know it doesn't mean someone else might not know it, right?
It must be in my imagination, but for a second, I think I actually understood his logic. Yeah?
Way to show her who's boss, Mr. Edgeworth. Not even Miss Von Karma's whip is a match for you.
I'm right here.
Oh. Shit.
You give me too much credit. You simply didn't have all the information. She simply didn't have all the information. Actually, come and think of it, neither do you. To be sure, the flights will become tougher and tougher as this investigation progresses. The fights, sorry.
That's all right, Mr. Edgeworth. You've got me watching your back. I'll make sure to keep on supporting you any way I can. You just say the word, sir.
Really? Then how about standing out in front and absorbing her whiplashes for me?
I'm actually weak to that. It's super effective against gum twos.
What? Aw. Oh well. Detective Gumshoe, this is...
Oh, is that for me? No, you shouldn't have, sir. But I'll gladly take anything you want to give it to me.
Hands off, Detective! This item is related to the case.
Oh, so what about you want me to ask me about?
What could I ask, Detective? Aw! Damn it! I was hoping there'd be something. Oh, there we go.
What is this? This raccoon-looking thing?
It's not a raccoon. It's the mascot of iFly Airlines. His name is Mr. iFly, and apparently he's supposed to be a monkey.
Oh, I'm feeling some inspiration coming on! I'm going to make a piggy bank out of the police mascot, the Blue Badger. Then, whenever there's any loose change lying around the precinct, it can go in there.
Sure, sounds great. As long as it isn't any of my money. Right. Well, I got something out of there. Aw. Nothing? Really? What about the photo? Damn it! Here I thought I was onto something. Nope. Can I just say, what is the name of this theme that's playing right now? As long as it doesn't lead me to spoilers, I just want to know, like, this particular song, I really like it. This theme that's playing right now. Flight attendant's room.
So you're the one that poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that?
Mr. Narrow.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too?
Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did?
All right.
Thank you. Fuck. It's pretty easy to tell who sleeps in which bunk just by looking. Yeah. Tenero got the top bunk. Chamomile got the bottom bunk. I am almost certain that the well-kept one up top belongs to Miss Tenero.
Ew, this bottom one is a giant mess.
You sloven, squalid scoundrel of a man. You dare to scrutinize a woman's bed and invade her privacy?
Oh, god damn it, why?
There are some things in life best kept to yourself, Detective. Yep. Otherwise, you'll get whipped by a Von Karma. That's the last thing you want to happen, am I right?
Hey, how you doing? All right, right about that.
Well, go on, let's hear our troublesome attendant out.
In due time, I do have one thing I'd like to ask you.
Yes?
Do you plan to continue using that whip for the foreseeable future?
Of course! I've wrangled many a testimony out of people thanks to it.
Yeah, and probably a whole ton of yelps too!
And I'm willing to bet that the majority of them came from you, Detective. To be fair, I'm pretty sure whipping somebody that you're interrogating counts as police brutality. Maybe? How many laws has Franziska how many rules has she broken simply because of that damn whip? This door leads to the cargo hold. But I can't let you through without Miss Von Karma's express permission. That's not a bad way to handle the situation if it was any old case, but this isn't.
So between you and Miss Von Karma, who's better at their job?
Oh, there's no comparison to be made, Detective. None.
It's me. Oh, I get it. Yeah, don't say that without her being able to hear you. You don't want her to be able to hear you.
Yes, exactly. She'll whip me otherwise.
Oh, by the way, what are you two talking about? Something about me?
Sir, you better run.
What is all this junk inside these boxes? There's no rhyme or reason to any of it.
That's our lost and found, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, that's right, I gave her that voice. I forgot about that for a minute. My bad.
Gold crowns and swords and necklaces. It's like a treasure trove in here, sir.
The fact that these were left on the plane implies that they were carried onto it to begin with. Something tells me it's time for iFly to send its metal detectors out for repairs. Yeah, how did they get away with that? God, you're not... I've never been to an airport, but even I know that shit. What's this? I can't look at it. Oh. What exactly is this panel for?
That's the emergency control panel for the elevator.
The emergency control panel, huh?
We used it to stop the elevator on the first floor and to keep its doors open.
Uh-huh. We need to speak. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that?
Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission.
Because he's dating Chamomile? What do you mean?
The captain, he only has ears for Cammy.
I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Meal.
Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer.
I'm gonna go with something a little bit simpler. I can't keep that voice up for Tenero. And also, I don't think I can make it sound as, like, serious. Because, sure,
Sister Bikini was certainly a delight for such a character to voice, but... You know, I don't think I can probably... I guess I could probably make it a little bit higher, but, you know... I wanted to make amends.
in that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges.
Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness.
Miss Tenero, is it? There is one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly.
Yes, I was.
And why were you there?
Well, I...
Why the sudden hesitation? Franziska seems to have struck a nerve.
All I did was go check up on the shop like I always do.
You're saying it was for work then?
Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise.
After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct?
Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell.
Mr. Nero claims to have no reason other than the duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. You mean the, hold on. Let's see. Chamomile did say that she made this design, I think, so... If you could please take a look at this for me, Mr. Nero.
Oh, that suitcase.
Fuck it, I gotta keep a consistent voice. That voice is like very hard to do. Yes, about this suitcase. You're the one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured something else out about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it?
There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there?
Won't you please tell me more about this suitcase?
Yes. I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional, I'm not supposed to care, but I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see that it was the last one there.
Last one? Whoa, wait a minute, what? The last one there? There were two there! Hold up, what? The last suitcase? So, you're saying, Miss Tetsuro, that the suitcase in question was the last one?
Yes, they're just so popular they're practically flying off the shelves.
That's not exactly the impression I got.
The one in the shop is most definitely the last one.
Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase.
Really? Well, then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one.
I didn't say anything about buying it!
Then say you'll buy it.
I'm sorry, I can't.
But why? I think it'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you.
Scruffy, I'm honestly having a hard time wrapping my head around this. Do you understand what she's talking about? His complexion?
No, yo, I totally agree. It probably goes really well with his complexion.
I don't know why I bothered asking you.
I guarantee it personally as a service professional.
Well, that is, how should I put this? It's hideous.
What?
Maybe that was a bit too direct. Yeah, a very direct way of just being, fuck, dude. Moving on, my issue with the suitcases isn't the design, it's the number of them remaining.
Remaining?
There were two suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it.
Two? But that's impossible. I'm sure there was only one.
It looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction.
When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only one suitcase left.
Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? By the way, Miss Tetsuro, what is one of those suitcases doing here?
That's...
I thought you said there was only one left.
That one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now.
That is a lie. There's still a tag on it. She's used it for a long time. I think not. Miss Tetsuro, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me.
Excuse me?
I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. What proves that this hasn't been used for nearly as long as Miss Tetsuro says? The freaking tag that's still on there!
Take that!
Tell me, Miss Tetsuro, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase?
What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase?
Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. Miss Tetsuro, I think I understand. I know what you are trying to hide. Now then, the suitcase was originally in... Well, if it was originally in the in-flight... I think this one had to have been in the in-flight shop, I believe. There's no reason for it to be in the flight attendant's room, so... Like, seriously. The in-flight shop. Seeing as how the price tag is still on the suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought the suitcase was... Hold on, is it her? Did she buy her own...
Take
It was you, wasn't it, Mr. Nero? I hate to say this, but this suitcase that you designed... It hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling. And you were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself.
Oh.
Isn't that right?
Then, the reason you went to the shop and came back here was...
I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I had finally accomplished something.
But the suitcases didn't sell.
It's because of the design, isn't it? All because it's, as you put it, hideous.
I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either.
We weren't selling a single one, and they were just sitting there out collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there day in and day out. So, I decided to buy one for every flight I worked.
You buy one every single time you work a flight?
I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well.
Yes, and here is my receipt for that purchase.
This receipt is clearly timestamped 5:40 a.m. 5:40 a.m.
The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight.
Mr. Nero, where are these other suitcases?
They should all be down in the cargo hold.
Then the suitcase the killer used...
Could very well have come from the cargo hold.
Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases to...
Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body.
How could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wished for them to be.
Mr. Nero, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator?
The only other way is just through that door there.
And what about security?
That door has no special lock installed because just to enter this room, you need a special key card that only crew members have access to.
Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects.
I can't believe it.
Uh-oh. Yes, Franziska?
Going on these wild goose chases, you're a disgrace to the Von Karma name.
And what do you mean by that?
The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story.
Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their key card.
Miles Edgeworth! You're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct?
Yes, that's the only realistic possibility.
That other attendant, Miss Meal. I asked her earlier, and she had this to say.
Franziska got information out of Miss Meal?
In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different key card is required.
A different one?
Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Miss Rhoda Tenero, and only you!
Ah!
What? The hell was that scream?
I told you I suck at female voices.
Wait, who said that? Is this true, Mr. Nero?
Yes, I keep that key card in my locker at all times.
Could you please show us that card right now?
Yes, hold on. I don't believe it.
What's wrong? The card's missing.
The key card, it's gone.
Very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You really thought this through.
Wait, It's not like that.
You can tell us all about that. All about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Edgeworth?
What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face. Franziska, I know that you're the lead investigator on this case. However... Hold it! Don't even think about wasting any more of my time! You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth?
I intend to do likewise. This is gonna be a long one, ain't it? Oh, boy. I need a break. Thank you all very much for watching. I need a break.